Yo, yo, you're.
Yeah, what's popping? Say
Amen,
her. Where
man.
you at?
Hey, man, I'm out here in Houston, H-Town,
Hey,
HTX.
it's looking cozy out there. The
This
whole damn country cold.
is the whole country code. We gonna talk about that later, Mo. We gonna
Yeah,
talk about that a little later.
it's January.
Brick City, it's not just Jersey.
Yo, for real. Let's go
Yo,
around.
so what's up, Mo? What's going on?
Hey man. Nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just watching
You watching trailers?
watching trailers, watching some sports, just some politics, just watching everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of,
And staying
there's
in
some
safe
joints.
spaces, you know.
Yeah, speaking of, there's some joints coming out. I did get to watch Marty Supreme, but that's on another.
Word?
We'll talk more
Okay.
about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good though. It was good. Not sinners, but it was good.
Well,
So
I guess that's
that's
the beauty of the debate, right? Like,
yeah, but great job all around for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, we
And
saw
wasn't the Marty movie based like on a true story, or was it like completely
it
made
was
up?
it was. I know it was a story from a while ago. I don't remember if it's a fictional story that was brought back. Right, I gotta figure that part out. But I think there may be some truth to the
What's
ping
the
pong
what's
player
the movie called?
Marty Supreme. I don't believe they're advertising it that way, like based on a true story. I haven't seen that. I do know that some of it is
Well,
a real person.
we wouldn't want to
Yeah,
dilute the creative process and the
some of it,
originality of it, right?
some of it is a real person though, from what I know. Yeah, so you might be right.
Let's see. Is Marty Supreme
Well, since we
based
doing this,
on
yeah,
a
Timothy did a great job, killed it, can't front on him. What's my man Kevin O'Leary? He was himself, but he was good. He fit
Kevin
in the
was in it? He
joint.
was in it?
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
was
He
he
was good.
doing? Was
He
he
was good. He played a billion, not a billionaire, but he played
mhm,
a
a
businessman or
Vester
whatever.
dude?
Yeah, he played a businessman, and there was some. What was that actress name? I'm drawing a blank on her name, but my bad. That's terrible. Tyler the Creator was in it, real quick. He did a good job. There was a younger actress in there. She did her thing. Everybody did their thing for the most part. I say it was a good movie for sure. It was just kind of. I think it's supposed to take place in the 50s. It was interesting because I don't know. It was just some things that weren't necessarily like highlighted within that. It's like there was so much happening in the 50s, and for like it to just be like so centered on one story, it was kind of hard to like not see something, of some type of, I don't know, drama around politics or whatever have you. But maybe that was the case. They didn't want to get that. They didn't want to get any of that in there, right? So,
Any
and that's not
politics
right or wrong. I'm not judging.
politics to what happened in the 50s was just euphoria, nigga. Like we just won World War II. We're invincible. We're the greatest country in the world. Like that's what was going on at that time. So it's like
So that makes sense, right? I
it
guess.
makes it
So
easy to focus on, yeah. But yeah, now to your point, it's not a biopic, it says, but it is based on, it says The Money Player, The Confessions of America's Greatest Table Tennis Champion and Hustler. He was out here hustling niggas, dog. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
shit.
There was some really dope parts in that joint. He was killing it. He killed that shit. He did kill the character and everything like that. I gotta say, he
It
did his
said,
thing.
yo, he won 22 major titles throughout his career and was known for his showmanship, hustle, and bold personality. I'm about to go watch it. He even opened up for the Harlem Globetrotters
Yeah, I see
just
you
as
giving you
depicted in the.
spoilers.
Oh, my bad.
Leave it up to Mo, y'all. Leave it
I'm
up to
reading
Mo.
about the actual book, not the movie.
Spoilers. This dude right here. Spoilers. That was one of
You
the
know
ill
what? If you've
shits.
seen the movie, guess what? That shit was real. That wasn't a made up part. That was a real part.
That was real
Spoilers.
shit. That was a
Yeah.
real shit. And it made me actually think, like talking about my wife while we was watching this, like, yo, them Globetrotters, yo, they was traveling around the world in the 50s, my G. Like, that's real shit right there. That's crazy for them. But yeah, anyway. But yo, we on back on movies. We was watching Masters of the Universe.
Yo.
What
Listen,
you think, Mo?
my
What we talking
teenage
about?
my teenager sent me the clip, but I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to see it. I was like, whatever, right? But then you told me to check it out, and I'm like, yo, I might have to go to the movie theater to see this one. Like,
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like they did it right.
He changing his list.
I'm changing the list. Word up. I think I had like 2 movies.
Yo, yeah,
Imma
yeah,
add
it's
that one.
definitely not too. Yeah, you definitely adding that. But yo, the graphics look good. You know, the action looks good.
I mean,
There's
that's
some
the
actors in
main
there too,
I
right?
think that's the main thing, like, the technology is there as far as, like, for the cinema, right? Where
But hold up, hold
it
up,
don't
hold
look
up,
cheesy.
hold up. I'll be
Nah,
wrong. I'll be wrong.
nah,
I would
nah,
be
nah, let's just
wrong
leave
to
it there.
mention.
Nobody need to know.
Shout out to Dolph Lundgren. Dig. Shout out to Dolph Lundgren.
The original.
Right? The original. He was the original He-Man on screen, and the movie was fire. Don't care what anybody say. Shit was fire. Fire.
But for the time, yes, it was
That shit
definitely
was
fire.
fire. Slept on. Skeletor was gangster. Then what niggas forget about is he did the Punisher.
Yo.
Dolph Lundgren, shout you out, man.
Yo,
You
you
did the
know what? He
Punisher.
did
You did your
listen,
thing.
but what's
You
his
was the
biggest role,
OG
though?
Punisher before Burnt Off.
What's his biggest role, though? What's his biggest role, though?
The Rocky joint.
That's right. That's right. Then your man was like, "I gotta work with all the action heroes." He's like, "Yo, put me in that Universal Soldier, yo."
You know what's crazy? You know he's like borderline genius, right? You heard about him? Like he's very smart,
For real?
super intelligent dude.
That's
Yeah,
intimidating.
yo,
That's
yo,
intimidating.
super intelligent dude, yo.
Damn, nah, don't tell me that. That's more scary, actually.
It's crazy. Shout out
You're
to Dolph
like,
Lundgren,
man
Masters of the
out here,
Universe. We
my
checking
man
that out.
is Mad Diesel, and he out here like MacGyver, he could figure out anything.
Word, yo. On another note,
We'll see how it play out. Put it in the comments if y'all caught it.
speaking of actors, Wonder Man is coming out. Word, Wonder Man, new superhero. Well, to a lot of us, right? When did Wonder Man even come out? I don't even know when Wonder Man was created, by the way. But it's gonna be a nice,
Like the original, or
yeah,
like
like the
this
character.
rendition?
Like when did the character actually? When was the character developed? But yeah, that's coming out, so I'm happy to see that. We're gonna get one of our people doing a role again, so that's gonna be dope as the main, hero. I also did hear on the low that Luke Cage might be coming back. So more to come on that. That was fire. So hopefully that comes back. But yeah, did it come up Wonder Man when he was developed the character?
No, it's giving me the character's like background. Not, I'm trying to get Marvel when he came.
Like when he was actually drawn
Like
or
when did Stan Lee say,
yeah,
"Haha, I
yeah,
thought about this character."
yep.
Hold on, let me see. Maybe I can get it in here.
Let me see.
Here it goes. When the man debut.
1964.
Yep, October 64. There it is.
64. So he been around. He been around. He one of the OGs.
The
But
Avengers, number 58.
crazy. But a lot of people never really talked about this character. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this fits in, Doomsday and all of that. So it's gonna be another exciting thing to see.
So
The
what does
cool
Mr. Wonderful do?
Mr. Wonder. You mean Wonder Man? I think he has super strength for sure. I think that's one thing that he has. I don't know everything else, but looking
So
forward to that.
it says he was initially introduced as a supervillain. He fought the Avengers. He was reborn a superhero, joining the team.
Okay, interesting. So we're gonna see. They may have changed it. You know how they have these different type of variants and all of that.
Yeah,
So it seems like they're gonna change it. It doesn't seem like. But then again, wasn't your man the man what was his name? The
Undone.
Mandarin? The Mandarin. He said Mamdani, the Mandarin. He was technically a villain too, right? So maybe
Yeah.
that's what
But
that's what the spin is.
But you know what? That character, the Mandarin, is probably the most accurate character. The Mandarin dude is probably the most accurate character that we have in real life. Meaning, yo, pay him enough money, he just be doing all the
He
wrong
gonna
shit,
do
right? Like
whatever,
he gonna
yeah.
do it until you get caught up. Then he like, yo, I was just,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, he do whatever.
shit.
Pause the moment.
I
Pause the
mean,
movements, by the way. Pause the movements.
I mean, listen, he definitely is on some fuck it low, like bucket low, right? Like he's out here.
But yo, back on track, man. Yo, before we get into
It's
the
gonna be
serious stuff,
it's gonna be a big year for movies. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, streaming is gonna be heavy, right? They trying to really keep the streaming too, so let's keep that in mind.
true that.
Speaking of streaming, numbers killing the game.
Word, who's killing?
NBA YoungBoy.
You don't say.
NBA YoungBoy, rapper. I believe he's 26 years old, has records already, killing the game. He just came out. He did a bit of, I think, 3 a bit, something crazy.
For what?
I'm not too sure. I don't think we should go into that, but
Okay, my bad.
he's definitely killing it. He's got a really big following. His following is really into his music. It's pretty dope seeing, the videos out there of him doing this thing. I think he's on tour right now.
Yeah, his
So,
new album is out right now. Well, it came out in 2025. His 2025 album,
yeah.
Massa.
Nah, I think
It might be a profound.
I told you that. Where did you get that from? I think let me see,
Is this
Young
wrong? Yo,
Boy.
you lying to me, AI?
Nah, I think there's a joint called Slime Cry. Never broke again. Young Boy, never NBA
In
Young Boy.
January 2026, Slimes Cry.
Slime Cry, yeah. That joint is fire.
Oh, the
Fire.
mask
Mask
and
and
gloves.
Gloves, yeah. Shout out to Matt. That song is
Word
fire,
up.
by the way.
It's cool. It's not changing words, but
But
I
but
did like the mask and gloves though. What's the other one? Neck and wrist?
what is he
I'm just
talking
saying.
about? Yeah.
I'm just thinking of other things that are witty like that, like a
Yeah,
mask and
yeah.
gloves. Like I should be
Oh yeah,
good with
yeah,
my
yeah,
mask and
yeah,
gloves.
yeah, 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 yeah. You thinking about Mask Off. Mask,
That
that
I
joint, yeah, that
mean,
joint. Future and Kendrick, I think.
it's
Yeah. So I threw
represent.
you off. I threw you off
Nah,
because
nah,
I
you ain't
said
through me.
Future and Kendrick. You thought I was gonna say Future and Drake.
For the NBA YoungBoy fans, they saying the Teary Eyes and Bruce Wayne is other top tracks on this particular project. Let me know. I don't know.
Yeah, but
You know,
we definitely
I'm
want
gonna
to
listen
shout
to
out.
them now, and I'm
We
gonna see
got
what's up.
this. Yep. NBA YoungBoy.
Oh,
You
there
keep
it
doing your
is.
thing, man.
There it is. There it is. 23 months prison, granted presidential pardon. Yup,
Yo. Oh yes,
that's
that's
right
right.
there.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, good thing is, the young fella's out and he's doing his thing. So, for the
That's
fans,
interesting. I didn't
for the
know that
fans,
neither. What the fuck, bro? This is what I'm saying, yo. This guy's crazy. Our president.
but yeah, the stuff he be doing,
Not
right?
crazy for
Yeah.
letting him out, but I'm like, yo, he let
No,
him
it's
out.
just
Like,
random. It's just you don't expect the stuff that he does for our people. Sometimes you're like,
yo,
oh,
man.
word.
You know what? I wish him a lot of luck. 'Cause it seemed like he one of the few standing from his like immediate peers. I'm talking about
Yeah,
NBA YoungBoy.
yeah,
Shouts, young fella, go get that money.
yeah. Do your thing. We're gonna hear more. All right, here we go. Yo, Mo.
We talking about? What we talking about? What you talking about,
Brick,
Willis?
brick, vicious. You see me? I got the Scully. I
Listen,
got the hoodie. It's cold.
listen,
I'm in Houston, but I'm cold. That don't
listen.
make
This
no
is
sense. That don't make no sense. What are we doing?
listen. The whole country's on some Arctic blast. What they calling it? An Arctic blast, a solar vortex. I mean, polar vortex. People got all sorts of names for them.
Yeah.
You know, I just tell people, I don't think it's that. We'll see. Some places will be worse than others.
I just think it's kind of crazy because it's literally, I think it's basically split. Like more than half of the country is going through this right now. And I think that's pretty interesting. Like when you think
I
about it.
mean, I think
And
it's
yeah,
as long as people can
yeah.
keep their power on, should be okay. If we start getting power outages, oof,
Oof.
it's gonna get
Crazy.
crazy.
I said
It's gonna
crazy.
get crazy. Cook,
Crazy,
cook,
crazy.
crazy.
What? I mean, on a good note, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be playing out west. It's gonna be, I think it's in Seattle, so it'll be in a controlled environment. So the game will
Mhm.
go on no matter what. I'm not sure about the other one. Do you know where the other one's playing?
By the way,
Patriots in Denver.
by the way, I believe that's in the Patriots joint. So that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be. See, they're gonna turn that into like the Brady. You remember that game? It was snowing. It was against the Raiders. Remember how crazy that
And
was?
Bo Nix got hurt, so apparently he may not even be playing. So I see the Patriots going to the Super Bowl with that.
Stop. They
So we'll see
doing
what's
that. They doing that to Belichick on purpose, yeah. Let me stop.
Brick Vicious again, right? Well, you was out here, what, 3-4 weeks ago, and it was crazy because we was having a conversation outside. We looking up and we like, yo, fuck these niggas doing out here. We see the trails. We know what it is. We know what it is. All of a sudden, this is happening. Can you look up like when they're doing the cloud seeding, like how long does it take to develop? Like, cause that would be interesting to see. Like,
Look,
if it says 3 to 4 weeks, that means that
oh, no, no, it don't
they was dropping
yeah.
all this shit around at the same time. That's crazy.
Well,
It's insane
what?
to
Hold
me.
on now, there we go. Alright, I was tripping. I was like, "There's no way." It's cold, but it ain't that cold. So
Right.
it's 23 degrees up here in the nation's capital. But
Let me
if,
see
you
what
know,
I'm working with. I'm working with 37. It says it feels like 25. 37 is not bad. I know this. I'm from the Bronx. I know this.
not bad at all, not bad at
It's
all.
not bad at all. It's tomorrow is supposed to get to where you are, in the 20s, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, and it's all about being prepared. I feel like around here, I've been seeing the roads being worked on for like the past 2, 3 days. They're putting the de-icer on and stuff like that.
De-icer. Yo, they don't even have salt out here, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yo. So the ice, is a concern, and that's where people are a little panicky. And then also the piping, right? So
But yeah,
I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the house piping is outside of the crib. It's not underneath the ground.
I noticed
It
that. I was
is
like,
yeah. It's a lot of it it's outside, right? So you got to kind of cover your stuff and just hope that nothing cracks.
it doesn't crack. Yeah,
Yeah. But a lot of it is PVC, so it ain't too bad, right? So ain't too bad, chances are.
it's not too bad.
But you talk about being prepared. I tell you this, it seems like Ted Cruz is out of here again.
What happened now?
He know the weather coming, so he out of
Oh, he
Texas.
bounced. He
He
bounced.
did it again. I heard he did it again.
I
Uh,
mean,
This is what I heard. I heard he
shit.
vacated again.
Hold on.
Now, if he did, I don't know 100% if he did. This is a word around town that he did it again. He skated again. And my thoughts to this, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. My thoughts to this is, bro, get your family out. I get that. Get your family out. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, y'all safe, y'all good. I'm gonna do my job. What it
Yo,
say? What it
I
say?
Googled has Ted Cruz, and this shit just finished it for me. Left Texas. Let
Yeah,
me see.
yeah.
Hold on.
That's crazy.
This nigga,
Your
man.
man did it again. Like, what? I don't know where he at, but would you do like, yo, bro, if you was, senator or whatever for a
He
state
was
that's
photographed boarding a flight to Laguna Beach, California
here
on
you
the
go, here you
20th.
go, here you
Oh,
go.
he left like 4 days ago. He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he
wait, he has
could
an excuse. It's a
they always do.
pre-planned work travel schedule.
This is what he said last time with the fam. His fam gotta be with him.
Oh, wait a
Come
minute.
on. Come on.
Oh, wait, I think he came back. It says Cruz returned to
You
Texas
came
on
back, Cruz.
Friday.
You learned your lesson.
He came back on the 23rd. He came back on the 23rd.
Back, you Teddy.
He says,
Okay.
I've returned, and I quote, I've returned home from my work trip.
Because
Nigga, that's how I know the nigga
that
lying. He
yo,
says
he
it's 66 degrees and beautiful. A storm is expected tomorrow night.
that's factual. It was, it was raining all day today though, and the temperature is dropping.
He added a sarcastic remark about being able to banish the storm.
Dude, it's funny, man.
Crazy.
So
Yo, there it is. In 2021, he went to Cancun.
yeah, that's what it was. That was the crazy shit. That was crazy.
That was reckless.
Yeah.
Cancun? Yeah, you can't go
And
to Mexico
everybody's
no more.
pipes was bursting out of the walls and
Yeah.
everything. It was crazy. But anyway.
I hope Texas is more prepared this go round, but you
Yeah,
just
I
said
know
they
all
don't
the
even got
north.
salt.
I know all the northeast, the Midwest. I know y'all like North Dakota, bro. They used to this negative. Chicago, they used to the negative.
This is
I
what
don't
I'm
know how you're used
saying.
to the negative. The negative's crazy.
I mean, I don't know if you believe it, but they saying that a bunch of people were protesting in Minnesota. It's like 14 degrees out there, and they all out there. And I'm just like, hey
Yo,
man, that's just what it is around this time of the year. So they
yeah,
used to it.
yeah, it's crazy, bro.
But I was
Yeah,
really like trying to. I feel bad for Minnesota, man. Like,
yeah. Heart goes out to anybody that lost anybody recently, and these craziness happening out here. You know what I
I feel
mean?
bad for
Ice bugging
Minnesota.
out, hard body, bugging out, hard body.
Yo, then they
It's
got
not good.
some. I don't know. It's just like it just depends on what you wanna tap into, right? Like they're moving ice into Maine.
Yeah, they moved.
They talk
Apparently, they're
about
in New
this
York City right now.
New York City. So them
They
cats
trying.
they positioned for something.
Yeah, like we talked about last time. but we'll see what's going on.
But yeah, so you got that going on, right?
Maybe we talk you know what we need to talk about, because the word around town is like,
Yo, I heard there's
are we
only
looking
like
at martial law, like the way they positioning themselves? So
this shit
we
is
could talk about
crazy,
that on the
dog.
next episode for sure. I got you.
Martial law is like depending on who you talk to, they'll tell you like we been under martial law, man. Like shit been out of control for a minute, right? Like we don't even
Yeah,
know what control looks like anymore because it's been so distorted for so long.
we gonna go deeper.
But
Pause.
yo, California,
Yeah,
I'm hearing like gas refineries are like shutting down because they're like it's too expensive to do business here. Like you killing all our
that's
permits and this and
crazy.
that, and it's pushing gas prices higher, even higher than
But we gotta find what that look like
it's
right
it's
now.
it's it's like a this is what I'm saying. Like there's tons of news happening, right? But right now, all we're gonna hear about is Minnesota, the chick that got shot in the face. You know, maybe they'll get a little Epstein action in there, try to remind everybody that's going on.
You want to go into some of the underreported?
Yeah, what else is underreported?
You want to segue into the underreported? All right,
Why
so
not?
let's segue to underreported. Where's my joint at? Pause.
Because
All
it just
right.
depends on yo. He said he don't know where it's at. I feel bad for the one.
Yeah. So domestic US and policy. We got, it says federal tax prosecution dropped sharply. In 2025, federal tax prosecutions in the US plunged over 20%, largely due to staffing cuts and DOJ reorganization. A trend
Lay
that
all the motherfuckers off. Lay them off all. I don't want to pay
this
no
guy
more
right here.
taxes.
A trend that's barely seen discussed in mainstream outlets.
Yo, because think about it. If you're going to discuss that this is going down, so some people are like, Trump is destroying the country. And I'm like, yes, that's what he's there to do. He's here to destroy the whole shit that we've been thinking that is great.
That's his mission, huh?
That's his mission. So, depending on how you look at it, he's either doing a great job or he's doing a terrible job, but he's still doing the job that somebody put him in there for. I
Mm.
say that because you know how I feel about our votes. But the nigga's doing the job. What else you got is underreported?
We got, again, with the domestic US, we got voting rights and representation issues. So recent legal rulings and political shifts could eliminate dozens of Black and Latino congressional seats. More of that. That happened last year too.
And what them
A
people doing
major.
for us? Fuck it, they can go then.
Nah, you gotta chill
I
with
mean,
that,
that's the
bro.
way I feel
You gotta
about it,
chill with
bro.
that, bro. You gotta chill with that,
Nah, all
bro.
right, you know what? Let's keep them in there. Let's keep on like lining their
I know what you're
pockets.
saying.
Let's
I know
keep
what you're saying, but I think some folks have learned throughout the last year for sure, like how they need to step up. And
Yo,
so
why don't we like just imagine a new kind of government? Like a completely kind of new government. Why don't we ever like think about that or talk about that as a society? Why do we keep trying to get different results from like this two-party system that seems to be not working?
yeah,
Maybe this is just a millennial thing. I don't know. I'm just asking questions here. I'm kind of pissed off at everything that's going on.
I think something that a lot of folks have had conversation on is basically the way this country was built, pretty much, right? Like it was built for a specific favor, a specific system that favored specific things. And when it comes to something like that, it's very hard to do what you're saying, right? So, and the other thing is for the people that you just mentioned that haven't done anything, because you didn't say been able to, you said haven't done anything. I think we got to also give them grace, because folks could feel like they're in a specific position, but they're still not able to take advantage of their position because of specific things that happen that we don't see, that we don't hear, that we don't feel within their political position, right? Is that
Yeah.
fair? I
No,
think
of
we
course.
got to be
No,
fair, right?
no, absolutely. I mean, it's realistic for sure.
Yeah.
100% is real, right? Like
Yeah.
we can't
Whereas
just
whereas you got the top dog doing whatever he want to do, right? He could do his mission because he could move that way because of who he is and how he was
yeah.
brought up and what his belief is and how he walks the earth, right? If for us it's a little different. I think you could concur to the way we have to walk the earth is it's a large difference in how we have to tread lightly versus somebody like, right?
Yeah,
So
of course. I mean, you know,
And I
the
might be
streets,
going too far
the
into this, but
streets,
I don't, since you
you
went
know,
there, Imma just go there. You know what I'm
look, the
saying? Like,
streets, there's, for the most part, there's gonna be nobody inside of Congress or whatever. Maybe at one time we related. Maybe at one time you lived in the Bronx or something like that. But by this stage of the game, nigga, like if you make it to that level, me and you, you're not like me. Like we different people. Like you don't even live the regular life that a normal person lives anymore. You have no idea what the normal life looks like at this point. You got a group of people who still get paid if there's government shutdowns. They got their own kind of like health system. They only got to work 5 years to claim retirement. Yo, their rules are crazy. Their rules are crazy, and that's just the little things that I do happen to know, right?
yeah. What I could say is, before we get off this, as far as like the voting rights and the representation issues, I think where the group hasn't done a great job is the succession plans for them, right? Like, okay, who's gonna come in after me if something does happen? Like, how am I gonna be able to, right? Like, get the representation continued versus
Illegitimately feels like there is no succession plan for the likes of Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, all these people. Like, I mean, I guess you could tell me it's AOC and like Jasmine Crockett, and I'm just like, okay, great, great,
it's a small.
right? Gavin
I think I
Newsom, come
think
on
I
now.
think I maybe what you're saying is there's no strength in numbers right now. Like the numbers are just not
I
it's not
just I
strong
don't I
enough.
don't I don't see like the blue chip recruit that's coming in to like
Yeah.
kick
You don't
ass.
see like the Obama or somebody
No,
like you
yeah,
don't
there's
see nobody
nobody in the
coming
farm
in.
system. Shit is dry right
Yeah.
now,
And that's what I'm saying,
and that's a
right?
problem, right? Like,
That's
cause
definitely that's definitely
there's
something.
a couple of people, yeah, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what
Yeah, and there's
happens.
a lot of shit we could say because
Yeah.
the whole,
Is there a succession plan for Bernie?
Minneapolis.
Like who's gonna replace Bernie Sanders? He gonna be around forever?
I think the way that's playing is, and this is just me thinking, you mentioned
Why is
AOC,
Elizabeth Warren still there?
AOC and Bernie are pretty close, right? So like I can see that's where that is, right? Like that's the whole, because they kind of always running together and stuff like that. So that's where that is. Um,
But Bernie's like straight up.
what we don't want to happen, Mo.
Is Bernie like socialist? Straight up? I think he is. He should be pushing
I
that
don't,
Donnie.
I don't, I
Should be
don't know. I
pushing
know
that
he.
Donnie, nigga.
I don't know. Yo, he's funny. I don't think he's going that hard with them like that, but he is, definitely helping out there. But what I would say is,
Man, this nigga middle name is Kwame
who?
Mamdani.
Why is he the focus from Dottie right now?
Before I just made like the communist collection. I mean the socialist connection. I mean the
Oh, oh my goodness.
the handout collection. My
So I
fault.
was just thinking, what we don't want to do is, the Tim Walsh type of stuff, right? We don't want where we get we get these representatives end up having these type of failures within at least what has been publicized for that state, right? And all of the fraud coming out, and like you said, the
Yo,
ICE and everything.
I
Like
want
we
you.
just
We're gonna do an exercise real quick.
what's up?
I want you to think critically about this. Tim Walz and all this stuff that's coming out on that side, right? You really think that your man in what's his name, Johnson in Chicago? Boy, I can't wait to get some of the details on what's going on in Illinois. That one's gonna be a big one.
Really,
Wait until
really.
we start getting the receipts on California, like for real, for real. Ooh, that one's gonna be crazy.
Okay, we'll see what it is. I don't know. That's all speculation right now,
It
but
sounds terrible, but I'm like, yo, right now I'm on some Gotham City shit, nigga. Like I want to see all the corruption numbers in Boston, in New York, in Philly, in
I
DC. I
mean,
want to see
but
them all.
we know fraudsters is at the all-time
I
high. We
know, but
know
we
this,
just but we
so
just gotta keep we
we
gotta
know this.
but the listen, y'all need to realize our government, I support the Constitution, but the current governments in my lifetime have been terrible, dog.
Yeah. And let me go back to the some of the other underreported stuff. So on a global scale, coverage gaps in the Amazon basin. So a new study finds that four Amazon countries, Venezuela, I don't even know that one, Suriname, Guyana, French Guyana, provided no climate disaster data, leaving thousands of extreme weather events unaccounted. So it's skewing the global climate understanding. Oh, snap, that's crazy.
Or maybe they're just anomalies, so they didn't want to report them.
It could right. I see what you're saying. It could go, but I think it's important like to have the information though, right?
I mean, yeah, right? If you're the globalist and you want everybody to do all this green stuff and you're trying to make a case for destabilization of our atmosphere and all that, you're gonna need those supporting reports to come with it. But I guess they're not gonna have that
Another
data.
one. Here's another one regarding like climate. So Congo climate oversight. It says the second largest rainforest, vital for carbon storage and biodiversity, continues to be sidelined in climate policy and funding debates. So that's interesting too.
Listen, everything with this climate stuff is about to just all come to a halt, bro. Your man traveled to Davos and he was like, "We done. We done with all the globalist stuff. Like y'all don't want to get on board with the US. Y'all want to say we being isolationists and we being this and we being that. We done."
And then there is a underreported RSV in India. So RSV in infants in India apparently is actually far more common than what they have said in the past, but it's because they're not really testing or reporting the occurrences of the virus, right? So, folks got to start making sure that they get this data. It's important for all of us, right? For research and how we're continuing to try to help each other, right? So, serious stuff.
My best way of verifying everything is like I'm on my scroll. I see that there's like 1 billion people, 2 billion people. They're all marching in Minnesota. That's a fucking crazy number. So I call somebody in Minnesota and I'm like, yo, what's really going on? Like the best thing for people to do is to get a real live human and be like, what the fuck's really going on over there?
It's funny you say that, right? Because one of the others, it says growing news deserts in the US, the local news
You know what I'm saying?
infrastructure. so, uh, so it says local news infrastructure is shrinking. Nearly 40% of US local newspapers have shut down over the past 2 decades,
You know
leaving
why?
millions without reliable community reporting.
Because real
Crazy.
news don't pay, and niggas gotta pay for their house, their car, their food, and so if you doing real journalism, they shut you down. They
Yeah,
censor you.
and speaking
You get
of
no
this,
clicks.
yeah, and then you don't understand like the next item, the last item I'm gonna bring up, which is skewed disaster reporting. So,
Cherry picking and shit, or
so it says
cherry picking data.
it says that regarding media attention favors certain disasters like earthquakes and wildfires, while floods, droughts, extreme heat receive less coverage despite equal or greater impact. So they're kind of like you just said it. You said cherry picking, right? They're really kind of like this
So
is what we're
now
gonna.
if that piece of data doesn't reveal to you that news is just programming, just like your favorite TV show, like the way they put the lineups, oh, we're gonna put Friends at 8, we're gonna put Seinfeld at 8:30. It's the same thing with the news. You know what? Oh, don't do the tornado, let's do the hurricane. Don't do the hurricane, leave the flood out of it. That one's not gonna same thing. So it's like just
Yo,
I listen to random people just like report observations. And then you can do your research.
yeah, and research involves reading and listening. You
See, I
gotta be
really
able
got
to put that time in, right? Like you really gotta be able to build that, right?
y'all see
So,
Castanai.
oh my god. Shout out to Kai from the Bronx.
Yo,
This
listen,
guy gotta
man.
chill. Don't listen to Mo. But yeah,
Nah, I
shout
love
out to
nah, I
Kai
love
though.
what he's
Yeah,
doing. I love
yeah.
what he's doing because it's
Me too.
real. It's
Yes.
authentic.
But you know what? That's
If
vulnerability. Okay, I see what you're
and
saying. Cool,
and like
cool.
fuck all you people who think we gotta be professionals on this shit. Like, nah, bro. This was like for us to be sharing amongst regular people. It wasn't supposed to be like a polished production for that. Go to Amazon, go to Netflix, go to your favorite, mainstream media. But
If this is your preference, hopefully this is. You can keep continuing and tuning in because the guys are here. So what we gonna segue to, man? Do we want to segue to since we're talking about like policies and stuff and global items and climate control? Let's go into the
yo,
World Economic Forum. How about
yo,
let's do that?
Mondani went to Bronx High School of Science. This shit just keeps getting better. It's a
What's
running
up
thing.
with this guy?
It's a running theme.
We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about it later. All right. The World Economic Forum. Let's talk about that. What exactly is the World Economic Forum, Mo? Can you help me understand?
Can we do the textbook, or are we just having a regular conversation about this shit? You know what?
We
Let me
could no, we
explain it to
could
you like
no.
you my dude.
You
I'ma
wanna
just
you wanna explain it first, or like can we get some some
Alright,
real like
well, look, I'll give you
definition
nah,
stuff?
you know what? Imma tell you what it is. The World Economic Forum, alright, is a place in Davos, Switzerland. That's where it takes place. They go there
That's why
every
it's called
year.
Davos. Okay.
They go there every year,
Yeah.
and they tell us that our carbon footprints are high, and we have to get better with the climate, and these niggas got, like, 50 private jets coming in on the hour, every hour, like, just
Yeah.
living it up, dog. All that elite shit that you be seeing in, like, the movies, that's them, bro. They in the fucking Swiss Alps having hot chocolate, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, with fucking all that shit. That's what
Yeah.
they doing up there. And then they up there discussing how they're gonna take over the world. Well, it's gonna be a better world for us, right? It's gonna be a better world for us.
He did the evil villain shit. Like we always say, the billionaire dudes is like the evil villains out of the
Yo,
joint.
listen, I know. Listen, this is not new, but the internet
I
is
do
a.
have something. I
Listen,
did look up something on GPT. You want me to say what it said?
look, I'm gonna just say the internet is a big place, so you may not know, but yo, the leader of the World Economic Forum, I ain't even playing with
This is
you.
good. This is
You go
good.
look it up. Your man
Who's the
look like
leader?
Dr. Evil.
But what's his name?
Well,
You don't even know his name.
the founder, his name was Klaus Schwab.
That's Klaus. It's
Klaus.
Klaus Schwab.
He was the founder of the joint.
Got it. Got
Yo,
it.
he founded it. Look, it says January 24th, 1971.
1971.
There it goes again. I think in 1971 is when we came off of the gold standard as the American dollar. Anyway, that's just little nuggets to have there in the background. What else you pulled up though? What you got?
Yo, it says. I said, what is Davos really for? It says rich people aligning interests.
Yo, wait,
Yeah.
who you? That's GBT or that's
Yeah, that's GPT. Yo, and I said, does it
maybe they was
change it?
tech.
I said, does it change anything? It says sometimes policy, mostly networking. Yo, that's crazy. That's
This
crazy.
is how
Because I
they.
was wondering, I'm like, yo, I'm seeing certain people having moments to talk, and I'm like, this dude have to do with this shit right now? So now this all makes sense. Yo,
So Trump
yeah,
um didn't go last year because he was just voted in, right? Like he had just became president, so he didn't go. But when he was in office, I think he only went once too. He basically went there and threatened them last time. This go around, he's gone in and he's like, "Yo, y'all finished. Y'all can put NATO together, do all." He was like, "But I hope not." He's like, "If they came after us, can I count on y'all?"
yo,
Of
bro,
course, of
it's
course you can't. Of course you can't. Like, no, the answer is no. We can't count on anybody. We can't.
Yo, bro, one of the questions, why do billionaires talk inequality? You want to
Yo,
know
that's
what
a
the
good.
answer
Yeah,
is? You want to know what the answer is? To control the narrative. Yo, that's crazy.
man, let's go. Too much
This is
truth out
crazy.
here.
This is crazy. It says, is it productive for them? Not for regular people. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy.
Keeping it 100 with you.
Will real change come from the room? It says rare. Power protects itself. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard that. Power protects itself.
Yo,
Keep
so
it Reggie 1000.
so do you know? Okay, so Klaus Schwab, he like stepped off last year,
Okay.
and now the person who's leading the way is no other than our favorite American, Larry Fink, who's the CEO of BlackRock.
No snap.
Bro,
Okay.
listen, we in trouble, man. If we don't wake up,
Yo,
that's why Trump is like, yo, y'all can't buy houses no more.
yo,
Credit cards, please, no more than 10%. Like, you
Yeah.
killing Americans. Mainstream media is saying Trump is killing us. Nigga, the corporations are killing us. Nigga, everyone from your over fucking priced Starbucks to your overpriced, burgers to everything is overpriced. They're killing us, man.
Yeah. I was surprised to see the eggs is back. Eggs is back at $5. I said, let me get 18, bro. Let me get 18.
Listen, you gotta stock up when you can, all right?
So it sounds like the World Economic Forum ain't shit. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. But that's what it sounds like. It's just you just gotta listen to the breadcrumbs going on with the Dr. Evils in the building.
Yo, in the middle of this, the United States is trying to sign like digital currency laws into place so that we can actually move on from
So
paper
that's what
money. And so they put in some crazy like language, and like the one crypto company that we got in there, they just like DOA'd it. They was like, nah, this is like a non-starter. Go back to the draft. Like we not even. So now that's been delayed now another 2 weeks. Obviously, we all know about Iceland or Greenland or whatever he was saying. He was talking about Greenland.
Elon had the nerve to say he was like, "Oh, there's a rumor I'm an alien."
I don't think that's a rumor.
He said that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did. Listen, disclosure, bro.
Dude is like,
That's one of the
"Yo, I
movies
said
coming
it."
out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
oh,
Y'all think I'm
disclosure.
bullshitting it, but I told
Yeah.
y'all, right? Like, so he's gonna be like, I told y'all when the time comes. He gonna be, I told y'all.
So, World Economic Forum. That's kind of what happened in a quick nutshell, y'all. I'm sure there
So
was some anything stuck out, Mo, before we before.
yeah. So do you know who Mark Carney is? I don't expect you to know who he
Nah,
is.
I don't know.
I'm just a fucking junkie. Okay,
Yeah,
so Mark Carney is the nigga that took over for Justin Trudeau, blackface, Justin Blackface
yeah,
Trudeau.
yeah.
So now Mark globalist banker Carney is now the prime minister or the president or whatever it is of Canada.
Prime Minister.
The seems like the World Economic Forum has decided to make him like the pitch man, the face of I'm going up against Trump. So he actually delivered a speech the day before Trump came in, and he spoke very eloquently. I mean, this is a very good speaker, polished
Mhm.
president. A lot of people are like, yo, this is our president. This is a great guy. He left. Trump came in. He left. He wasn't even trying to see Trump.
So he kind of making that move, like, right? Like,
He said what
yo,
he
I
had to
don't mess
say.
with I don't mess with you, so I don't need to see you. I don't need to shake your hand. We out. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
okay,
so
okay,
and so he was
okay.
just kinda like, he's not lying in what he says, where he says Trump is disrupting the world order. He's disrupting the world order. He's like trying to do things, blah, blah, blah. We gotta get new allies. And he's not lying. This is all true. 100% facts. Because the World Economic Forum, because they're like mostly like business people, what they do is they extract all the wealth out of nations. It's not just the United States. It's not just Canada. It's whatever nation that they decide they're going to invest in. They've already worked up a scheme to take all the equity out of the companies, right? Not you, not your 401k, them. They get the lion's share, you know what I mean? By the time the regular person figures it out, we buying like, I don't know,
Right.
100 shares of Apple when they got
Yep.
to buy like a million shares of Apple, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Crazy.
And so Carney, he got an issue, bro, because Greenland is like right smack in the middle of Canada. So he's gonna have to deal with Trump at some point here. And I don't
Gotta
know,
find that.
like Canada's different from the US. They're broken into like 9 different provinces. So you got
Yeah,
like
it's something like that.
Quebec, you got um Ottawa, British Columbia, right? And so one of the provinces is called Alberta. That's the one that's like right above. I want to say like Minnesota or like North Dakota, like that area right there.
Yeah. I'm
So
looking it up just to make sure.
Alberta, yo, these cats, they're taking a vote to leave Canada, bro, to be a sovereign country.
So
It would be like the equivalent of Canada saying like we breaking away from the U.S.
so there's Canada has 10 provinces: Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Labrador, and then Nova Scotia, which,
Yeah, Nova
Ontario, we
Scotia,
know
yeah.
that. Quebec, like you said, Prince Edward Island, Saskatchewan. I'm saying that wrong, definitely. Northwest Territories, Nunavut, and Yukon. That's crazy. But just for people to know, like, I just wanted to make sure we
Yeah, so
mentioned
we
them. I
got
may have
50,
said them wrong, but
right? We got 50 states. They have 9
they got 10
provinces or 10
10
provinces.
provinces. Yeah.
And right now, like everything west of Alberta, like they looking to join Alberta potentially. It's the same dynamic that we have here in the US, right? Like you got people who think we would have been better off letting Kamala stay in place and like running that playbook. It's the same thing over there. You got Canadians who feel like the way that things have been, it's the way that things should stay. But the reality is, bro, like then Carney turned around and he made a trade exception with the Chinese, dog. So they're gonna import like 50,000 cars, which is not a lot. It's 50,000
Right.
EVs.
Right.
But now one of the people who lead these provinces is like, bro, you ain't even talk to us about this. Like, how we supposed to? We over here trying to protect jobs from manufacturing, and you in here importing cheap cars.
So it says Nunavut is the primary Canadian territory adjacent to Greenland. Just so you know. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, you're right. I didn't realize it was that close. Golly,
Yeah, man. This shit ain't no joke. People saying like, no, it's about this. Nah, it's
that
about
shit is very
exactly.
close.
It's about exactly what Trump is talking. Like on this one, he ain't bullshitting us, bro. This is about national security.
That shit is very close.
Yeah, yeah. We have a hard time like accepting some of the truths to come through because the nigga's an ass, but he ain't lying about this shit, bro.
Yeah, man. But yo, you know what's ass is the World Economic Forum.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, y'all could go somewhere with that bullshit. But
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
yo, Mo, next convo.
What on
Market
her?
concentration, Mo. Market concentration. What we talking about? And I'm just gonna give you the quick definition on this,
Yeah.
just so that we kind of, and then I'll tell you what made me think about market concentration, right? So, market concentration is when a smaller number of companies control most of an industry, a specific industry, right? So, you got healthcare, you got financial, you got retail, you name it, right? All these different type of industries.
The
So,
industries, yeah.
yeah, something that came up recently. There was a hearing, or yeah, it was a Congress hearing of some sort, and CVS Health was involved in the conversation, and I wasn't aware of this. I probably should have been, but I didn't realize that CVS Health owns so many different type of companies that you wouldn't even thought of. Like, I mean, it's almost like you wouldn't. They're so close to, like, they're all in the same industry, so it's like you wouldn't think they would they would be allowed to do this or do this, right? Because technically, like, for the healthcare industry, that's is it ethical? I wouldn't say it is, right? So like, if you have
I mean, it's
if you have a pharmaceutical company, you got
a pharmacy.
a health insurance company.
You got the whole logistical chain, basically, is what you say, right?
You got the whole 360. You got the
Yeah,
whole shit chain. You got the
yeah,
whole chain happening. So you can
yeah,
control the prices of the drugs that
yeah,
you're manufacturing.
yeah,
And you could charge people more and they won't even really know.
yeah. Right? So the insurance company is like a broker, right? They're supposed to help you get it at a
Crazy.
more reasonable price, right? And so, but when the broker's like a middleman on paper because realistically, if you the manufacturer of the drug that you're about to like charge the person at the pharmacy,
That's crazy.
that's the way the whole crazy shit crazy. Yo, it's the way the whole shit is set up, dog. It's not just them, dog. Like this is everybody, right? So there's like levels to it, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about in the example that you're given, you say, what's an easy company to use as an example? I'm not saying this is true. I'm just giving an example, right?
Yeah.
Take a company like McDonald's, right? Now McDonald's is like, yo, you gotta use our food just to our specs or whatever, right? So you can't just go to like Western Beef. Bronx niggas know what I'm talking about. Yo, you can't just go to Western Beef, go buy some beef patties and be like, yo, this is gonna be, I'm about to save like $1 burger here because I'm not using McDonald's shit, right? But that's why McDonald's like, nah, you gotta use our shit. And you're like, okay, cool. But then you do some investigative journalism and you find out that McDonald's also owns like the meat processing factory
Right.
that they
Right.
making you buy from. And
Right.
then like they
Right.
also own like the service company that does like service on the fucking machines that are always broken and they never do the fucking McFlurries, right? So
That's
them
a
niggas
crazy one.
only
Speculation.
Yo,
But yeah, that's a
I'm a
real one
I'm a
right there,
find I'm a
yo.
find I got a whole
We
my
gotta
man.
figure that one out.
Shouts to my man Ian Carroll. He got a whole like investigative piece on it. It was one of the funnest conspiracy theory joints that you
Yeah.
can go into. But it's not a conspiracy. It's been proven. Like
But
journalistically, these people set up these market concentrations like you talking about.
yeah, and but with healthcare specifically, just thinking about why would it be considered unethical to do something like this? You got, this life and death, right? Human suffering, lack of real choice, extreme power imbalance, right? You talking about patience? Patience can't shop around. Like, yo, like, if you,
But that's what always
like,
fascinates
what?
me too. I'm like, yo, why would you kill off your clients? Why would you intentionally? But I guess they got they got fresh people always coming in, more people with chronic diseases. They got help from the food industry, their buddies, right, to make sure they get more customers in the future with like diabetes and blood pressure and whatnot. They all work together, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, because even if you think about the innovation, like even the use of the new
Look, man, I'm
technology and
telling you here
stuff.
right in your face, they've had gene editing therapy since like 2000. It's called CRISPR. So y'all can go look it up. Bro, we don't have a cure for certain things because it's bad for business, which is terrible.
Yo, it says, why don't people talk about it enough? It's like, yo, one is complicated, it's boring, it sounds boring. The companies are massive advertisers, which you know this. Regulators often come from the same firms.
Was the Chevron Deference Act that we spoke about a couple of times, like a while ago, I told you about?
Yeah.
That decision, the Chevron Deference, it eliminated them from being able to do what you just said. Because yes, they are the regulators, they are like the lawyers on the like, bro, they all of it. So when the corporation says, yo, you gotta let yellow dye number 7 go through, bro, they like, all right, cool, I ain't see it.
Yo, and one thing we just mentioned the healthcare, right? Industry, that being a big one and the number one, right? But when it comes to the follow-up, okay, what are some others that are kind of experiencing this? Housing and real estate comes up as the next in
Yo,
line.
bro, you set up the fucking maintenance company, you set up the cleaners, you set up everything, and it's just you getting all the money yourself.
This is when a few firms control housing is like a big thing, right? And it says rent gets it
Algor
almost gets like a algorithm
Yeah.
price fixed, right? And then home prices stay inflated. People are forced to overpay basically,
But
right?
I'm glad that you brought up housing because look, not to bring up my boy in New York, but yo, I'm rooting for him, nigga, because this shit ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah, we're gonna segue now to him. We're gonna
Look,
segue.
the biggest issue with these people buying houses is that we can't compete. Someone's personal capital can't compete with BlackRock, who has $10 trillion under management. You know what I'm saying? You as a seller, you're gonna go with the buyer that's gonna tell you, yo, I'm paying you cash. Like,
Yo,
here's your duffel
this is
bag. You walking out of here.
reckless. Just like we said, a patient can't go shopping, right?
No.
With the housing, it's like corporate shouldn't control shelter.
You can control it, but you're not about to just set
No,
prices.
like
You're not
what?
about to set the market, right? Like
You
what they've
basically
been
saying where people can live
yeah.
and where people cannot live,
Yeah, what
or have the option to live and not live. That's no.
what they've been doing is setting the market instead of us setting the market. They're the ones setting the market. How are
Right.
they setting the market? Because they're like, you know what? The rent is now 1,300 for the 2 bedroom, and you like, oh, you just went up $200. Like, yeah, what you gonna do about it?
So
That's what I thought, right? And
yeah.
then the biggest problem is that they all get together, bro. It's the same thing that's happening on the healthcare side, right? Like, if I'm in the healthcare industry and like, let's
Mhm.
say it's Kaiser, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, whatever, United Health. Bro, in October, we're gonna have a big old conference at the fanciest Westin or fucking Marriott or whatever. We're gonna live it up for like 3, 4 days, and we're gonna talk about the new prices that we're gonna set for ourselves. Why? Because we know the government's just gonna send us the check, nigga. So might as well squeeze the taxpayer. And that's where we at, right? And the proof, if people don't believe me, the proof is tell these niggas you don't got insurance. Watch you get a better price. If I'm lying, get at me.
Yo, yeah. Get in the comments. Yo,
If you can
but
prove to me that I'm wrong, cool. I'll share the
and
news.
so the crazy thing is we talked about healthcare, we talked about the real estate, and we got the others that you would think about, food and what was the other one? There's food and another one, but when you go
Think
down the
about
list, when you go down the list,
so
guess what? Guess which one is there? You want me to say it?
Yeah, yeah.
Prisons, probation, and immigration services.
That's yeah, that's its own industry as well, right?
That's crazy. It says when incarceration is profit driven.
That is where we at. That is where we at.
That's where we at. That's
We've
where
been
we
there
at.
for a while. We found out late when we was like, nah, man. What's his name? Busy Bone or Crazy Bone? Nah, man. Audio leak. Audio leak.
Easy.
Nigga, yo. Niggas just trying to get yo, the
Yo,
main promotional tool for prisons is hip hop, nigga? Shit.
wow.
Yeah.
Financial incentives for human suffering. When you put
Um,
it that
I
way, right?
mean,
Like that's just crazy.
yeah,
Like, yo,
the framing is wild.
yo,
Like you can't,
yo,
man.
yo, that's crazy.
That's the type of headlines that get you to click, nigga. Like, what? Wait, I gotta read more of this shit.
But yo, you all right,
But yo,
it's
market
time.
concentration. Let me just
Yeah,
one last
let's wrap that
think about it.
bubble.
Like, yo, Coca-Cola. Think about it. It was just a soda, but then they got
Then they did
the
this.
juices, they got the this, they got the that, like just taking over the whole them and Pepsi is taking over the whole beverage industry.
And snacks.
If you have an independent drink and it happens to be like, you know what I'm saying? That it has the it factor and it goes off, either Pepsi or Coca-Cola, they're gonna be like, what you want, son? Billion, 2 billion? Like what you want? We'll buy it
Yeah,
off of you.
like I think who bought vitamin water from 50? I think it was
That was Coke. That was
Coca-Cola.
Coke. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like that. Just like that. That's the way they've been doing it, right? So that later on you shopping and you thinking you supporting like
yeah,
Jessica Alba because she's like an independent owner of Honest Tea or the Honest, yeah, the Honest Tea drinks or whatever, low on sugar and all that. But she sold it already. It's just belong to Coke now.
yeah. She got that Honest brand because
Honest brand, yeah,
they had even baby like
yeah,
diapers and stuff like that
yeah.
too.
And honestly, I think she just made money and ran with it, right? Like that's what I could tell you.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's what you're doing it for too, right?
But that's why we're in
You
the
started
predicament that
off,
we're in.
yeah, because it's like people want more. Well, companies want more, and
Us as
they just
individuals,
they wanna.
when we come up with a good idea, we
That's different,
basically we ready to sell, right? Because
right?
and they're
Right.
more than happy to buy because they want to control all of the creativity, control everything in society. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, we not up for sale though. Yo, so we gonna finally talk about your boy.
Yo, my man, yo, I feel like getting a pen and making noise.
I
Yo,
want I want to talk
listen,
through. I want to talk through what has happened this first month with Mamdani as mayor of New York City.
it's a good question. Like,
Because I know we have a few for sure. Like one thing that was highlighted was I think it's childcare is for free for the New York City
mhm.
residents, right? New York City's 5 boroughs, right? But it's over 8 million people. When you look at 5 boroughs altogether, it's a lot of people. So that's a lot of childcare.
Here are the broad categories. So sworn in January 1st, swift action on housing, child care, and tenant protection during the first weeks of his office. So all right. So now, do you want to get news from the left or news from the right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess give it a little bit of both, man.
All
This
right.
guy right
You
here.
know what? Let's start with the haters. Let's start with the right. So first joint to pop up is some Fox stuff, right? I know they are, they are. Well, because here's the thing, it's a tricky situation for the left because he's
Yeah,
on paper he's like way far left. Like nigga, what? Like you too
yeah.
far, right? Like you gonna give away our shit to like
Let's get
we
to it. Let's get to it.
yo, but it says that he signed a new executive order. Legacy of abandonment ends today. I think that's referring to the landlords that don't fix their properties, launching rental ripoff hearings across all 5 boroughs to hold landlords accountable for violations.
Mhm.
Now, on the surface, this sounds like a fucking victory. It really does.
I think it also involves the billionaire landlords
It says,
that have buildings that are unoccupied in the city also.
and so why does he have them unoccupied, those landlords? Because if they're in a rent controlled area, they can't even charge enough rent to be profitable. So now they just being spiteful instead of being
To
like,
have, yeah.
instead of serving like just serving the community and doing it at a loss because we're
Yeah, but those
capitalistic and everything is about a profit. They don't
you wanna hear
even
something
like,
crazy? A lot of them
yeah.
are not even from the US.
Yes, we don't have that many people that with that kind of money in the US. The
So
same people that own them in New York, own them in
so
LA,
do
own
you
them
think
in
they're really
Miami.
gonna no, no. That's just what
I
I'm saying.
mean, they might care if he starts to
No,
actually do something,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. They might sell it,
But I
actually.
don't know a judge that's gonna agree with him and say like, "Yo, you can't force them to do shit at a loss." That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. Like that's not our society.
It's gonna be a tough battle for sure. That's one of the tougher
So now
ones.
it says that his administration has secured 30 million in guaranteed repairs. It sounds like a big number, man. 30 million ain't shit. Not
No,
for what has to happen in New York City, nigga.
not for New York City, no,
Um,
at all.
all right. So anyway, that's the housing thing. Then he has promoted citywide K enrollment. What is that? Oh, that's the emphasizing early childhood education and
3
unveiled plans for the Department of Community Safety. A proposed $1 billion. Now that's more like it. That's a fucking budget right there, right? $1 billion. That's more like it. Initiative aimed at the prevention-based public safety strategies. So, hopefully it's just not like not just Muslim cops, but let's just hope that it's cops in general that we're gonna be getting. What's a sea waiver? Oh no, sea weaver.
I'm trying to
Shit.
see if I see
A
anything on that.
democratic socialist and former housing activist. All right.
C Weaver. Oh, so
Sea weaver, yeah.
it probably says C dot, right? Weaver. Does that say that? Or
No, I was just reading it wrong.
it sound like I don't know what you doing. But yeah, so he has some stuff. That's only with like 20
Okay,
something days.
so that's the
What
right.
you saying?
Let's see what the left is saying. Hold on, let's see
Yeah.
what they trying.
Yeah, I forgot
Left,
what you were saying.
first thing that comes on. USA Today, a New York Times was elected. Thinner resume. Oh, well, they being critical on him. Hey,
Told you.
let's see. So they're talking about his appointments to police commissioner, mayor of economic justice, correction commissioner, transportation commissioner. So he's filling out his cabinet basically right now. That's on the left side. That's
So
what
the
they're.
one thing that I didn't hear was he did a crackdown on junk fees for like hotels. So that was the one thing he just recently got done. So like the hotels have to show exactly what you're gonna pay. They can't hide fees. I think they're even getting rid of some fees, and I hope I'm correct, but I think that's the
I'm looking
gist
it
of
up
that.
now.
So basically, if you
It says yes, you're right.
it should
Mayor
yeah.
has taken significant action to crack down on junk fees.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I think that's a big one for people, and they're able to plan better.
This shit is surprising.
If you know, right? How many times you go somewhere and you're like, wait, what? Like you just added like 50, $70. I didn't plan for that 70 extra dollars. You know what I'm saying?
I know the come up,
So
right?
yeah.
It goes into effect February 21st. It could save consumers over 46 million
Mm.
in fees. Yo, that is so much money. Holy shit. Combat hidden junk fees across sectors like concert tickets, gym memberships, airline bookings, and healthcare. Yo, how many executive orders do you think have been handed down in New York City?
That's a good question. I didn't even think about that.
So the reason I asked is because I was surprised by this number. He signed executive order number 9. That's crazy, right? Launching a citywide junk fee task force. So now this is interesting because, bro, I think he could save us mad money on our cell phone bills.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, New
you're right.
Yorkers, not me, New Yorkers, right? I'm not there no more. Oh, you ever seen those line items, dog? That should be like, yo, we
Should be
just
crazy,
came up with a
yeah.
new tax,
Yeah.
2026 tax,
Yeah.
30 cents, nigga. Like
It's getting out of control, yo. It's getting out of control with the crazy fees.
regulatory board of the regulatory board,
I think
25
they
cent.
even have trash fees. Like they got fees in trash, like underneath a trash bill. Like you're like, how you got fees underneath? Like just charge me for one thing. Like how I got fees with this? Like this is crazy.
So yeah, so like in certain industries, it's the fees. It's kind of like now every restaurant you go to, they just asking you to give tips to their employees. It's like, damn, everybody got to get a tip now. America crazy.
JD Vance, dude.
Yep.
But yo, yeah, so, yeah, Mob Donnie, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, man. I'm rooting for you, nigga. Figure that out so we can like export that to the rest of the US.
Now, Mo, I want to talk about history a little bit. We don't got to talk about like, everything that's happened. Something recently came up where in Philadelphia, there's a park, I believe, in Philadelphia that had a display or memorial of some sort regarding slavery, right? And I think it was called The Dirty Business of Slavery. And it basically was like multiple placards, right, with information and kind of like a guide, like on what happened
Mhm.
through slavery and how people were thought of as property, and that type of stuff, right? And they were like money and all this type of stuff, right? Folks don't realize, like, I think Harriet Tubman was on the monies at one time because, right, like,
They was
yeah,
trying to get her on money for sure. I know they was trying
yeah.
to get her on again if she wasn't in the past.
So, but no, hey, I'm tripping. I'm saying, can you look up like what the first bill like looked like? Like, did it have slaves on there or anything like that? Because I feel like, they were considered what do we call that? Like gold and silver. Like they were considered some type of currency, I guess. Am I saying that maybe? You know,
Well, the
we
stuff
this is people like that were considered like this person is worth this amount of I'll get
that's
you
what
could
you
get you
mean.
could give me I want to buy corn or whatever and I'll give you this slave type shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you could do trade off like that, right? Which is
Well, let
crazy
me
to me.
see.
Like, so
So
that
I
means you and
asked
me and you, they could have lined us up and been like, yo, this dude is worth, I don't know, half of a cotton field, whatever. You know what I mean? Some
Mhm.
craziness.
All right, so I put on like the question I asked you, were there ever slaves on US currency? So it says yes, slaves were depicted on US currency,
There you go.
particularly on Confederate banknote
There you
during the
go.
19th century. These images often portrayed enslaved people engaged in agricultural labor, such as harvesting
Okay.
cotton or working in the fields, and they were used to symbolize the South's economic reliance on slavery. For example, John W. Jones, an artist, recreated these
Okay.
scenes and paintings based on Confederate currency, highlighting how slavery was central to the Southern economy and identity. So some of these depictions were romanticized, showing slaves as content or smiling, which has been interpreted as a deliberate statement about the perceived legitimacy of slavery.
And that's why you had to get rid of Aunt Jemima off the box, off the name. All right. This is not like it's like
So
basically
now the
putting
question is like, so what you were talking about, what happened in Philly, I found some information on it. It says, based on recent events, slavery exhibits were removed from the President's House historical site at the Independence National Historical Park in Philadelphia. The National
right.
Park Services dismantled placards and displays on January 23rd. So
I
this
believe that's where the
was,
Liberty Bell is, right? That's the park where the Liberty Bell is and all of that. I believe. I could be wrong.
ooh, the Liberty Bell. That's a crazy rabbit hole. I'll tell you about that one.
Yeah.
That documented the 9 enslaved people George Washington brought to live at the what was the nation's first White House from 1790 to 1797. So there you have it, people. George Washington, nigga had slaves too.
Yeah. We could probably go through a whole story about that dude. But
So so basically they were just keeping up with Trump's executive order to portray uplifting messages about American history and not inappropriate disparaging America's past or living.
why would you like does that so I guess my question was, when does it what does it mean, to take away memorials or, displays of, I guess
There's no question
horror
about it.
horror history or trauma history, right? Like,
There's no question about it that it's a strategy to remove this from our remembrance, right?
yeah.
Cause like you take it out from there, you take off the placards, give it 20 years, nobody's gonna fucking remember this shit anyway.
It
Now,
just
he's
yeah.
dealing with something bigger with like slavery, right? Which is probably gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
you can't
why
just
would
erase
you
slavery.
he trying.
Um and you can't, bro,
It's just
there's
it's
been so
again,
much
it goes back
there's been so much misery in this world, nigga. Like if you think back to like fucking Jesus being crucified, nigga, like at that point,
a lot of misery.
The Romans was already like, conquering, slashing. Right before them, it was I don't know, the fucking Mesopotamians, right? Like there's always a
But
group.
we
The Sumerians, there's always a group.
but we can't just write this stuff off because this is stuff that you learn from. This is how society gets better. If
No,
you
I
if
agree
you
with
if you
you.
if you take it away, then we're unable to get better because we don't have any references, we don't have any reminders of what that bad it was, right? And what that looked like. Now
And
you're
that's why
gonna
we don't explore the Grand Canyon, nigga. That's why we don't explore Egypt. That's why we don't explore
There you go.
the
You going
Arctic,
good.
the North
He
Pole,
going
none of
good.
that. We
He
can't
talking about me, but it's me
we
that I
yeah.
bring up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just tying it all together. That's why we don't go to them places because you're right. I don't know whose agenda it is, but yo, they gonna have a hard time, yo, because AI is just really empowering us to be better. Like,
And so it goes back to like what you were saying also when you said, can we just get rid of the whole thing, the whole system? And it's like that history is also a part of the system too. So it's like that's where I was coming from earlier too. Is really tricky, man. It's really tricky. So,
well,
but anyway,
like I've always tried to think through it, right? Like,
yeah, for
okay,
sure.
how would we all know that we don't all share the same level of like consideration or love for our neighbor, the next man or whatever. So that's already out, right? Like I'm trying to be practical and like imagining this, right? But
Yeah.
how do you run a society without money? What does that really look like?
Mm-hmm.
Because no one does anything, at least right now. Everything we do is to be able to put food and shelter or, like take care of ourselves, basically. We don't ever really spend time on just making things better, the current way we do things. You know what I mean? Like when we read about like the Greeks and the Roman, like these niggas they would just stand around and philosophize all day, nigga. Like, how could we fly? How could we do this? Right? Like, how could we do things better? We don't do that shit now. Now we like, yo, how I'm gonna pay these taxes, nigga.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we not really focusing on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And those few people who are brilliant enough to kind of like figure it out and do it, nigga, they get their patents stolen from them, bro. They get murked. And so it's just like, yo, what's going on here, man?
Yeah.
There's
But
something going on.
But yeah, I think that stuff gotta slow down. We gotta slow down with the taking stuff down. I know he got the somebody gotta see him on this. Somebody gotta see him on this. Just like you were saying earlier. Come on, if you got the representation in there, y'all gotta start seeing this dude on stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You
you
gotta
really
make a
gotta
stand
you
for
gotta
it.
start seeing him, So more to come,
Because
man.
my thing is like, I had a question that I wanted to ask, man. And I guess it's about erasing history, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to believe what I've learned about the Native Americans of North America. And I want to believe all the things, but yeah, there's too many holes right now, dog, in like the history's timeline. We have libraries that are straight up palaces, nigga. Like, stop playing with me, bro. These places are palaces, bro. Like, and so my whole point is, we think that we're under the impression that we had a revolution and we found and like this country started in 17 whatever, man. But the architecture isn't matching up with their narrative. Remember that word, narrative?
Yeah. We said that.
It's
Yeah.
not matching up with their narrative, right? And so the buildings that they're saying, like if you do some research on certain buildings, they're saying that they built it in like a year or two, bro. And then you go look at the building, you're like, come on, bro. Y'all ain't even have power tools back then. You built this shit in one day.
We did
You know
that.
what I mean? Not one day, in 1 year. Like you built this shit in 1 year.
It's
Like,
like if only we had a video of them making this type, right? Making these things like, oh my goodness.
and if you
Because it's
did
like,
do it,
how, right?
and if you did do it, why can't we find the records? Like we got records of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of interesting like coincidences around the world, right? Like for instance, the Library of Alexandria was burnt down during Alexandria the Great time. But was it?
Yeah, you going into that
My fault. My
territory,
fault.
right? You going into
I know.
that
I'm just like
territory.
it's like, damn, dog, this shit is crazy out here.
Leave it to the pros. Leave it
Yo,
to the
word up. Hey
pros.
Maverick,
Yo,
big homie. Y'all pick up
crazy.
on this, yo.
He
But
just actually
yeah.
big homie just started his off the grid network on YouTube. So shout out to him for that. We gonna keep tuning into that
Hell
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
nigga. I'm gonna get my
So
satellite phones. know what I'm saying? Get your Starlink, get
Man,
your battery generators,
we
hide your
still
kids.
going. We still going, man. We still going. So going on to another joint.
What's up? What's up?
Grown men in college sports.
Nah, man.
Now, I don't know if you know about this.
I
I
don't
know that
really.
sound crazy. I know that sound crazy,
You
right?
mean
You
like
like,
they not
what?
eligible anymore? Hold on.
No, they are eligible. So
How
I
far
thought,
back this portal go, nigga?
you
Like,
know what? I
this is
thought
a
that
time portal?
Pinnick, right? Remember Pinnick from Washington? He's on the Falcons now. He's quarterback, right? And in his case, his story made sense, right? Because he was a part of like COVID, right? So he started college around the COVID
Mhm.
years, and he had two really big injuries that made him miss, I think, 2 years. So it made sense of why he was older than the average college player, right? So like in his case, that made total sense. He was able to, do his thing, play his thing, and then also he got to have his NIL at the, I think, tail end, right, of that too, right? So I think that's a case where that makes sense, right? He started at a certain age. What I'm talking about right now is specific to, and this is probably happening in football, but we don't know yet the specifics. The one thing that's being talked about more now is college basketball, right? We got guys that are coming back. They didn't play a game in college. They decided to go to the pros,
So
right?
technically, they still have eligibility because they never played in college?
Exactly.
My goodness.
So we got like 26-year-olds that played in the G League, that played overseas,
Nah, man, that's not cool. That's not cool, man.
and they coming out here
That's
and
not
they
cool.
acting like they busting ass. Pause.
Yo, so that's happening in Maryland basketball at like the 8th grade and like high school level where
Yeah,
you
isn't that
got
crazy?
like 18 year olds playing with like 14-year olds. Like,
Now,
yeah.
and I'm glad you brought that up because I do want to shout out Rajon Rondo's son who was busting ass the other
Yo, I
day,
seen that. I was
right?
like, yo, that's Rondo kid.
Right? He was busting it. And guess what? He's an eighth grader playing high school,
Yo,
busting their
son.
ass. Shout out to the
Yo,
kid Rondo,
yo.
young Rondo. Looked like his pops a little bit on
OG
the court
Rondo
too,
was
front on you.
Yo, OG Rondo was different, dog. I ain't even gonna front.
Rondo nasty, yo. All
He
right.
different, dog,
He's
because
a
he
point guard.
wasn't.
That's a point
He was a
guard,
true
point
point guard.
guard.
Yep, yep, yep. That's what I was gonna say. True point guard. Because he wasn't
Yeah.
really a scorer, but damn, he give you a triple double every now and then.
So like,
It says yes.
should this be a thing, Mo? But first I want to get your opinion. Like, what's your initial
No,
opinion on
this is
that
fucking
after what I just
preposterous. They
gave
need to
you?
clean that shit up. That's
Clean that shit up.
preposterous. Clean
You
it
sound
up.
like Coach Cal. I'm glad you said that because Coach Cal came out and was like,
Hell
yo, this
nah.
is
Clean
crazy.
that shit up. You got grown men out here fucking living. Nigga, it's time for you to go to work, nigga. Hang it up. Let the
It's
18-year-olds.
terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, that's so good.
that's
so good.
terrible. Like, I can see if you're younger and you're coming to play in college, cool, because you're challenging yourself. It's a challenge.
And but you know what? There's nothing like really wrong with this because this is just like discovery, right? Like you try to think through the ripple effects of a decision, but you won't know until you actually in it, right? So this is one of the things that's emerging. They just need to nip this shit in the butt and be like, nah, niggas, like
You right.
you over like 23 years old, you that's it, you done. Like you can't come
You're
in
right.
here.
Hopefully they get this all situated by the next off season so that this way they can control that transfer portal and all that type of stuff. Because it's a loophole, basically, is what they found, right?
Right.
And
Right.
now it's vulnerable and they could take advantage of the system. But as a person, as a player, I don't know if I'm like, why would I do that, bro? Like I've already played, right? Like, and I'm gonna go to college, like I'm gonna feel good about that. But you know what it is? It's the NIL. Cause they're gonna get the NIL money.
They want some money, yeah.
They're gonna get the NIL money. So
it says
it's probably my fault, Mo. And it's probably it is more than what a G League player is getting paid, as example, because I believe the G League players get 60,000 or something like that a year, right? And it's good for somebody that's trying to come up, but technically it shouldn't be backwards, right? Like it should be the natural way: college, then G League. Kind of
they
go
working,
from there.
they feeling it out, but I mean, yeah, basically there's age-related concerns in college sports in general now because of this, right? particularly regarding a lack of official age limit for NCAA competition. But this shouldn't be hard. This shouldn't be one of those difficult ones.
It shouldn't be because right now, for the last few years, the transfer portal been out of control. You got kids that play for 4 teams and 4 colleges in 4 years.
That part is different. I'm talking about the age. Like, where do you just cap it? I would
No, the cap of the age should be, I think, 23. That should be the like.
Yeah, I think 22 or 23 should be your cap. That's it.
Because say you start school 18, so 18, 19, 20, 21, right?
You got like a red shirt year, so
But then you have some
22.
kids that are born at the second half of the year, so they
Mhm.
start they're 1 year behind, so they might be 19. They start college at 19, right? So you figure 19, 20, 21, 22, like you said, 22. So
Yeah.
that's why I say 23 in case
There's a
of a
red
red shirt.
shirt year
Yeah,
or something like
yeah,
that. So yeah, I think
yeah.
23, but yo, this shit is crazy. Some athletes, such as those who delay college enrollment and take red shirt years, can be significantly older. So that's why you get certain players in college too, where you like, damn, they mad nice. And then they kind of make it to the league, but they whack because they old. They was really just playing with
There was
they was in a way
man amongst boys, right?
it's
Man
like
among
you cheat. Yeah, in a way, it's like you cheating, right? Because
you
you playing with
cheating.
way more experience than them, dog. It's like, come on
You
now.
cheating. You cheating. We can't have that, yo. Listen to Coach Cal, man. Listen to Coach Cal. He's legendary, right? And he's one of those people. If he wanted to, he could take advantage of that shit. He not gonna do that.
He definitely
He
could.
could
Hell yeah.
easily could do that.
He'll be
But
like,
come
"What
on.
you want? That you want that license money? Nigga, that shit is easy work."
But let's not. Nah,
He at
you can't be
Memphis?
doing that.
No. Yeah, he at Memphis, right? He still at Memphis? He
He's
left
at
Memphis?
Arkansas. Arkansas.
Is that why they got a little
Memphis is D
comeback?
Rose, like D Rose days, man.
I
You going far
mean,
back.
listen,
We
coaches
gotta
get
get.
old
We
in
gotta get you.
places.
We gotta get you watching.
No, I ain't got time for that shit. This is way too much. Those days are over. I rely on y'all.
At least watch your phone. At least
I
watch the
rely on
scores and
y'all
shit.
to let me know
At least
about those.
you got it wrong the other day. Florida Gators
You
won
was telling
last
me about
year.
the floor, yeah, but you ain't catch it. You should have caught it real
I
time.
did catch it. I did catch it. If you go back to the tape, I even said it. I said, yeah, they've been doing their thing. I don't know. They had a run last year.
And then you forgot about UConn.
I did not forget about you. You forgot about you. But anyway, grown men should not be playing in a young man sport. Like that's crazy. You gotta 26 is crazy.
26 is a lot, dude.
Like
I mean,
when you
you
think
like
about it,
listen,
that's Luca's.
yo,
And then Luca's age right now. That's
at
Luca's age.
26, you like 4 years from retirement in the NBA, unless you like one of the nice cats, right?
Like, nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We can't do that. We gotta stop it. We gotta get the regulations. Sometimes I don't think you should be able to start something if you don't have initial regulations. They don't really have any regulations, Mo. That's the crazy part, right? Even with the NIL, they still don't have specific regulations with that. So
Seems like a theme.
it's a lot of components there. They gotta figure that out. They gotta figure that out. So
Seems like a theme we're gonna be living through. No regulation.
and we not mad at the young men getting the money. We understand,
No,
but you
get your
can't
bread.
you can't do it the opposite way. That's not how that's not what it's for. Like we gotta stop. Let's not do that. If we're gonna make fun and speak shit on the billionaires, we can't let our people, like regular people, be pulling out these type of stops, man. Y'all gotta chill.
Yo, I got a question for you. Minimum wage was $30 an hour. How much do you think a number one would cost at Mickey D's?
Yo, you're funny. You're funny.
I be posing real questions, all right?
You're funny. I
People
mean,
want to
what
pay less, but the way that it works out is if we're
it would
gonna
be
give
very
people,
similar to today, though, Mo. It would be very similar to today. It would be close to that $30 mark, basically.
yeah, it would be like $20 for number one.
Yeah, it would be something very similar.
Bring on the robots.
Whatever that percentage looks like, for sure. So, speaking about sports again.
Sports.
Well, I guess in general, let me not say just sports. This is more about the gambling piece of things, right? And sports is just one piece of gambling. So, could you look up, Mo, like what exactly is gambling? And, what are some dangers of gambling? Can we do that?
Sure.
Let me see. I might try mine too.
What is gambling? Gambling refers to the act of risking money or something of value on an event with an uncertain outcome. Well, that's where things can get tricky, right? Uncertain outcome part of it.
Yep.
Typically for the chance to win greater amount of money. It often involves a chance or skill, a game of chance or skill, such as casino, games, sports betting, lotteries, online wagers, or the Squid Games. Uh, well, I just do that. While some people engage in gambling recreationally, it can lead to an addiction and financial problems for others. Many jurisdictions regulate gambling to ensure fairness and protect consumers. Ah! Sure. So yeah, that's the
Fairness and
definition
protect
of gambling.
consumers. That's what it really says.
They always listen. They always tell you at the end of any FanDuel or DraftKings, you'll hear it at the end. They'll be like, "Hey, there's this 800 number. Don't wreck your life."
Yo, I was telling you when I saw on some shows that when they were doing advertisements for specific betting apps and it started becoming like a prescription, it started becoming
Just
like
like the drugs, the pharmacy.
yeah, it started becoming like where most of the commercial was just going over all of the right, the what do you call them, the side effects.
Yep, the
Like
side effects.
what?
Hell yeah.
So real quick, just looking at what are the quote unquote side effects of
Side effects of
gambling.
gambling.
Like
Yeah.
what are the dangers of that, right? So you got financial destruction, you got
Number one. Number two.
addiction,
Yeah.
right? I mean, those are super obvious. Mental health damage. You got relationship breakdown. Yup. Then
Pay
you
your
got
taxes, nigga.
work and life consequences. Then you got false sense of control.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
We're
back to
looking
that
at the
one. We're
same
gonna
list here.
get back to that one. Easy access makes it worse.
And they're making it
And
easier.
this is something we talked about the other on episode either 1 or 2, right? Like
Mhm. They're
shit
making it
is right at your
easy.
head.
Yeah.
Shit is right at your head. Like it got you. They sticking you up and you don't even know. Got you. Pause.
Yo, they got no problem with you walking into any casino, cashing in some money, going to play. Niggas don't give a fuck if you just played your rent money, if you just played the fucking baby food money. They don't care. They like, you lost. Fuck
They
out.
don't care. You lost. Don't deuces. You made the decision. And that goes to this one, and we could speak about this a little bit. False sense of control. That is no joke. So is it like thinking, your thinking skill beats probability. What?
Yeah.
Believing that you're due for a win. That's crazy. Yo, I'm due. Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying?
Do for
and then,
another
like,
loss, nigga.
overconfidence after you hit one, right? You're like, I know how to win now. I know how to do this.
Yeah.
I got this. Ocean's 11. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
like, yeah, nigga, Chauncey Billups.
Yo.
Oh, man. Hey, Charles, good luck,
Yeah.
man. Good luck. X-ray glasses and shit.
Yo.
So, but yeah, nah, false sense of control, right? They thought they was
That's
never gonna get caught
crazy.
until you do get caught,
You
nigga.
gotta chill. You gotta
Man,
chill.
let me stop, man. Let me stop, man.
But false sense of control, that's one that like think it doesn't get spoken on because people just automatically say mental health issues.
You know, there's a great
Right.
scene in Uncut Gems where it really shows
Great movie.
where he's like, yo, us as the viewer, we watching this shit the whole time, like, damn, this thing is just this just is not gonna go good for him, man. And he just keeps like, I got this. Like, yeah, I've done this before. And it's just like,
Yep.
nah, bro.
That's a good movie to watch when it comes to
Yeah.
like that, what you're saying, false sense of control, right? And then another one that I would say is a really good one, and you're like, why the fuck does he keep doing this? The Gambler.
The one with Mark Wahlberg and John, yeah, that one is good too.
You're like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?
But his was more. Do you
He
think
knew-
his was like
he
an
felt
addiction?
so
His
much-
was an addiction,
Nah, it was also a part of false
like
sense,
false sense of yeah,
control because he kept thinking like, I know how to do this. To the
yeah,
point where he was like, oh, I know how to plan this shit. Nothing gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
just kept
That was a good
that
one, too.
confidence. That confidence he had through the whole joint, through the whole story. He was addicted too. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah, nah, you're right though. It can be both For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
and then
yeah.
so it pisses me off, right? Because I'm a crypto guy. In case y'all didn't know, I'm a crypto guy, right? And crypto's gonna about to like blast off. So get your bag. But yo, right? They like, nah, bro, don't buy no crypto. You'll lose your money, nigga. But I could walk to the over here to the MGM and lose my money. It's all good. My money's,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't lose it over here. No, because the problem is on this side, I can actually make money if I hold on to it. Over there, I keep fucking around with the house. Eventually, the odds, you start losing money. But that's what happened to gamblers, right? Like, yo, there's a whole science to it, dog. This is why they give people like the comp suites, and they give them like the money, and they give them the this, and because they want you to keep staying there, bro. The longer you in there, the better it is for their business plan.
Yeah, and the more self-control that the more actual self-control that you have, the better, right? So like there's folks that's they take the comp days, but they have like, oh, I'm just gonna spend
Okay,
$200 while
right,
I'm here.
right, right.
That's it. And I'm gonna have a nice dinner and
Yeah, you
that's
see
it.
them niggas that.
But
I
then
was
you
saying, you
got
see
but
them
then you
niggas.
got people that they there to pay their rent, they there to pay their car note, they trying to do whatever
Shit.
they can. And you can't do that. Not with that. No.
And then, and you know, like I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I feel like you could be good at picking games and shit like that, but you just can't do it like on the digital platforms, bro. I don't trust them. I don't, like
Yeah, cause I would say I don't trust those more. Like I don't trust like even in the casinos or anything like that either. But
the
like
thing
you
is, like,
definitely don't trust
well that
that
well that's what I'm
more.
saying. Like, let's say you're dealing with a bookie. The odds that the bookie's gonna be able to get you, fuck you specifically on like the Dodgers Yankees game is gonna be slim. But when you do it on an app and like the fucking app knows where all the money's sitting, where all the bets are at, you know what I'm saying? At any point they could just get you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, but I
but
it's
the fact
interesting.
that it's curious, right? Like the fact that they add in more leniency to gambling after at one point when I was growing up, they used to put gambling right there along with drugs. Like it was that destructive with alcohol, right? With cigarettes, like all that shit went together. Don't do any of that.
Mo,
Now it's like, you want some new J's, nigga?
Mo,
Put this parlay in. Yeah.
I said this before 2023. The gambling shit is the new shit, is the new poison, is the new drug. It always has been out there,
But
right?
yeah, but now the
But like
accessibility
it's
is
their
crazy
wave,
now.
it's their wave right now, right? Like it's the wave. But what's even crazier is I don't know if you've seen the reports that your boy said he's trying to get rid of is it alcohol? Yeah, alcohol.
Boy Trump?
Yeah,
Shit. Okay.
but like, and that's when it's like he's feeding to the shift, right?
He is, yo, I
Like
know,
it's like
man.
you're feeding
Yeah,
to the shift.
dude.
That's what you're doing. Like, come on. Like,
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's controversial. Yo, don't whatever. Like, yo, I'm telling you, this nigga governing for everybody, bro. He really is. He trying his best to fucking just do what everybody wants, yo. He really is. But
nah, you can't be messy out here. You just gotta do what you know is right. And I don't know if that dude even has a sense of right and wrong sometimes, but we gonna keep it there.
I mean,
He gotta worry about his diaper.
yo, the diaper word. Listen,